The following is a Much More Music special presentation.
City building here in downtown Toronto, home of Much More Music, where tonight we are hosting an icon. With over 55 million albums sold internationally, she's easily one of music's most engaging, provocative, and influential artists of all time. She's here to answer some of your questions. She's here to perform live. No tape delay going on here. She is live at Much More Music, Janet Jackson.
Attention, it's time to dance.
All night, don't stop. From Damita Joe, of course, Janet Jackson. Good to see you. How are you? Very nice. Very well done. Nice. We're going to give it to you to hook it up with Janet after this, so stick with us.
I was left to offer, but for now, I'm having the best time of my life.
We are back live at Much More Music, of course. Janet Jackson. You can't hear me, I don't think. Can you?
I'm reading your lips, actually.
Well, welcome. Thank you for coming. Welcome, everybody here. We started off with a bang. Very nice. I don't know if you heard my introduction, but I introduced you as an icon. You probably squirmed. It's a fairly weighty word. But you've heard it a lot, no doubt, in the past few years.
Yes, I have.
Is it something you can never get used to? And in your eyes, what is an icon?
I don't know what the hell an icon is. I haven't gotten used to it. I mean, it is totally unexpected for MTV to even ask me to be the MTV icon, and I don't know. I'm just really thankful and very blessed, truly.
Okay, well, we're all gathered here tonight to, I guess, more or less celebrate Damita Joe, the brand new record. I have to ask, there's a lot of the songs sort of bleed into the next one. A lot of spoken word segments, a lot of links. Is it a concept record?
Yeah, I mean, that was all intentional. It's very personal, and it lets you into my life. Completely different than the way Velvet Rope did. I love your watch. That's cool.
Oh, thank you.
That's really cool.
I was hoping you're going to comment on the bondage bracelet, but...
Let me see.
What, this?
That's nice.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's yours. Right now?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I feel all naked. That's okay. I got more where that came from. I have two, actually. You need two. But anyway. It was...
Go ahead.
It was designed as a concept record. Very revealing, too. You're offering us little tidbits of little things you like, little things you're into.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've always done that on the albums, but it's especially on this album. The audience gets to really know a great piece of me, what I'm like at home, the things that I like to do on my time off, and what I enjoy.
It's been described as sexually explicit. You know I wanted to get in there, right?
Okay.
Well,
I was kind of dancing around it, but go ahead.
it has been described as sexually explicit. I guess it depends on sort of your level of what you think is sexually explicit. A lot
Truly.
of critics refer to it that way. Do you see it that way?
You know, it's about love. It really is. Thank you. I truly don't think it's any more far-fetched than other things that are out there today. I think there's just a great deal of scrutiny on me at this very moment, really. And it's no different than some of the things I've done on the past album.
Well, I dig that you're offering us a side of you. It's clear you're very open-minded. I dig an open mind. But in this, well, who doesn't? Some people don't, I don't know. But in this day and age of songs being censored before they go to radio, there's national dialogue taking place, there's all this stuff going on. Are you fearful that maybe art or freedom of expression is in danger?
Yeah, of course I am. I feel like we're regressing as opposed to moving ahead, and it's too bad. You know, it's you guys have always been ahead of us. Europe has been ahead of us, and it feels like we're regressing right now. So we're even further. We're taking further steps back, and we should be moving closer. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And especially when you travel, because you've traveled the world.
Yes.
I'm sure. So you've seen how other cultures,
Yes.
mores are passed on.
Yes. It's not going to stop me from doing what I do, though. I'm not going to change just because
God bless you.
Thank
The person over here holding the microphone, her name is Kendra. Kendra has a question for you, the one that was crying earlier.
Okay, I know this is live, so I can't believe I'm talking to Janet Jackson. I can't believe I came all the way from America just for this moment right now. And I have to... My question is, if you weren't the Janet Jackson, the singer, the dancer, the actress, the one that created a blueprint for Britney and Christina, because without you, there would be no them. What else would you be doing? I tried because of you. Don't ever let anybody tell you. Don't ever stop. Because people like me need you.
Thank you so much. What would I be doing? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a horse racing jockey. I've been riding since I was 5 years old, and that's really what I thought I was going to do. When I was in high school, I wanted to go to college and study business law and support myself through acting. And I thought eventually I would, that would be my little fallback if I wouldn't succeed as an actress, really.
It's important, though, to have that background. I
Yeah,
think anybody
well-
getting into the arts, they do need.
Well, a lot of people say, why? I mean, there are some people like Denzel Washington, for instance. He feels, why have something to fall back on? When you know what you want to do, you go for it and you don't stop. And I do believe in that. But for those who feel our confidence level isn't up all the way, I'm actually speaking for myself. It's nice to have something to fall back on, which I don't at the moment. But that doesn't mean that I still can't go back to school, which I often actually do dream about.
Well, if you want to look over my shoulder, there's a monitor. We have a question from Vancouver for you, right up there.
Hi, it's Christy from Vancouver. Janet, is there any truth to the rumor that you're going to start a fashion and lingerie line? And if it's not true, what would you sell if you did have a line, and what would you call it?
Did you hear the question?
A lingerie line. No, I don't have one. And if I did, I don't know, maybe I would call it Successful or something.
There was a line of jewelry I heard recently. There's always stories, but one of the things I heard recently is a line of jewelry.
No, I don't. I mean, I've been approached, but I heard that too, like right after all that drama hit.
Oh, yeah,
Something
okay.
about chastity.
I don't know what you're
belts or
talking
some
about.
crap.
Well, let's just move on.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for not knowing.
A phone call from Regina, Saskatchewan. Shuit?
Oh.
Why is it that every American coming to Canada, they hear that word and they start laughing?
I'm sorry.
It is funny, actually. Regina! Anyway. Shuit, I believe. Shuit, can you hear us? Can we hear you?
Yeah, I can.
What's your question for Janet?
First, I just want to say, Janet, I love you so much. I'm your biggest fan.
Thank you.
My question for you is, do you feel pressure to be sexy in the music industry, or do you just sing what you feel?
Do I feel pressured to be what? I'm sorry?
To be sexy in the music industry?
No, I do what I do. I've always done it. I mean, I'm not saying I've always been sexy. I do. No, that's not what I'm saying. I've always written from life experiences, and I write from my heart. And if people find it sexy, then maybe it is to them. I just write about what I know. So.
Are there some days you don't feel 100%? You don't feel sexy? You don't feel...
Honestly, I really, my baby makes me feel sexy.
The baby that you referred to in the liner notes for Demita Joe? The baby that you referred to in the liner notes for Demita Joe? The baby that makes you that's loved you that no other person has ever loved you?
In that way, yes.
I'm going to get around to that a little bit later. I think deserves a follow-up. But Chad from Ottawa emailed, you're beautiful and he loves you. Previously you were quoted as saying, if something isn't broken, then don't fix it, regarding working with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. On your current album, you use other producers. Mm-hmm. So is something broken?
No, I'm still working with them. I mean, they produce most of the songs that are on the album. I'll never stop working with them. What I did on this album, working with other producers, is actually something that I wanted to do 2 albums ago, but never got around to it. I did it a little bit on the last album, working only with Rockwilder. And it was something that we had discussed, and they were down for it, always in my corner. And so I did more of it this time.
Can you dissect that magic apart? What is it about it? Or do you even question it?
I don't question it. I just thank God for it, that he really put us together. And I'm happy that we're still working together, and we're still happy working together.
Okay. Again, we have a question from Halifax, behind me in the monitor.
Hi, Janet. I'm Tim Humphrey from Halifax, Nova Scotia. You say that you write about what you feel, and this album is your most explicit. Where do you go from here?
There's that word again.
Exactly. I don't know. Only time will tell. From this point on to the next album that I have to record, only then will I know where I will go, because it's about those experiences in between.
Okay.
And not everything. I don't give away everything. I mean, I leave a lot to myself. I think it's important for one to have their privacy, so.
Well, even in Demita Joe, you refer to it as, there's one side of you that no one will ever see.
That's right.
I'm not going to ask, because then the album and song is out, and therefore you got to recall all those records if you're going to explain that. But alluding to what exactly? Is it a personality thing? Is it?
It's more than just one thing, but it's something that I think is left for me, that only I am to see, that people that really, really know me, maybe.
Including your baby?
Definitely my baby.
Okay. Can I ask about, I'm sure you, again, this might be part of the part of the world that you don't want to share with a lot of people, but people are talking about this big rock you're supporting on your hand. Are people reading too much into this
I'll
ring?
share a little bit. It's a ring.
That's it?
Yeah, doesn't it look like one to you?
again, I'm into the open mind and being creative, and I don't want to be defined by what a ring should look like or anything. So it's a nice ring, though.
Thank you very much. Okay, next question.
Well, it's ink coming from me. I think with your blessing, we'll like to go to the window a little bit and maybe get a question from outside. Getting back to the gentleman's question from Halifax, is there anything that you won't talk about?
Well, of course, there are things that I won't talk about. Those are the things that I think are left for one's, left to one's privacy. Those things I'll never tell. Yeah.
What's amazing is before the show started, it was raining. You start, the rain stops.
That's
nice. I think this gentleman here has a question for you. How you doing?
Thank you so much from all your fans. We love you. My question is, if you had one wish to fulfill in your life, what would that wish be?
One wish to fulfill? Oh gosh, you really caught me off guard with this question. I truly have to think about it because it wouldn't be one wish. I mean, there's so much that I want to do. One of the most important things to me is helping people. I love helping people, aside from through my music, but I want to do more for children and people in general, and it would be somewhere in that area, along those lines.
Are you happy with that? We're all going to come back and see y'all later. We got to go back inside. Stick with us, because there's still so much more ahead, live at Much More Music with Janet Jackson.
You want that time of you know, doing things on your own and just not having security always with you, and you can't.
Is that a trade-off?
It's a pain in the ass is what it is.
We are back live at Much More Music, of course. Janet Jackson is here. During the commercial break, people saying happy birthday to Janet. Your birthday's on the 16th. It's coming up. Okay. A couple of people's birthday today, though. That would be your mom and Jackie.
Yes.
Have you called your mom yet? So you called your mom to say?
I'm sorry?
So have you called your mom to say happy birthday?
No, I haven't had a chance. I've been working since like 8 o'clock this morning. No, that's okay, because my mother doesn't celebrate birthdays. See, you guys don't have one of me. She's a Jehovah's Witness. But I did send her a little something today, though.
That's nice. I don't think there's been an American family since the Kennedys where the media has just been so obsessed with or enamored with. And you've had that from when you were born.
Well, since I was 2, yeah. When you were born.
They gave you a break the first couple years. And do you understand it?
No.
No?
No, I mean, I don't. I think we're like any other family, really. And I think they make more out of a lot of things than what really are. And, you know, there are a lot of lies and things that happen.
He was about 5 minutes too late, that guy. It's always got to be one in the crowd. Oh, 5 minutes too late. Has it ever gotten so bad where you just thought...
Thank you.
Has it ever gotten so bad that you thought, I'm done with this, I don't want to deal with this anymore?
No, it doesn't bother me when they attack me. It really doesn't. It truly bothers me when they attack my brothers and sisters. That's what hurts me. I don't know why I can shrug it off when it comes to myself, but when it comes to my other, I guess I'm a protective sister like anyone else would be. So, you know, that's what bothers me when they attack my family. But no, never. Never want to give it up. It doesn't hurt that much.
A lot of celebrity siblings find it difficult to break away and establish their own personality and develop their own talents. You certainly have. Was it something that you knew very early on that you had to deal with, and it might have been an uphill climb?
To establish my own identity. Yeah. When I did my first album, I didn't want my last name on it. But it was kind of too late, and I've said this before, because everyone knew that I was a Jackson from doing Good Times and Different Strokes and even performing with my brothers and sisters. But I didn't want my last name on my first album. I didn't want people to know that I was a Jackson. I wanted to totally succeed on my own. And that's why I actually named the Janet album Janet. It was just living out an old dream. And, you know, my brother Mike, he actually asked me to do Scream when I had done the Control album, but I refused to because I felt that I hadn't stepped out into my own just yet, that I will always be his little sister, and I'm proud to have that label, but I still needed my own identity. I felt like there wasn't enough of a separation, and when I had done Rhythm Nation, he called me, and then I thought, okay, now I can do this.
Well, was there a point in the career where you realized you had succeeded, that as far as the business goes, it wasn't an issue anymore?
That I had actually made it in this industry?
You had developed your own talent, your own name, your own personality.
Well, my own name, I would say, with Rhythm Nation, as far as, saying, okay, I've succeeded and I've made it, I never thought of it in that way. It was always looking ahead. I was never even living in the moment and enjoying what has even been going on with me. And I'm trying to do it more now than I ever did. I didn't do it at all back then. But as far as finally having a name for myself and being able to stand on my own with that, yeah, Rhythm Nation.
There's a rumor of a possible duet with Michael.
Is
that another one of those things that people read that?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we will someday, but we haven't talked about it. I think it's a rumor. I've heard that. Just
90% of the stories people read
are rumors. Yeah.
Okay. An audience question from Nicole, who is behind me with the microphone, oddly enough.
Hi, Janet. It's a pleasure to see you live. I'm just wondering, it seems that media and the public is always so quick to bring up the negatives about yourself and many celebrities, and it's not often talked enough about the positives of your life. And I was just wondering, what was the best childhood memory that you have?
Oh, I have a couple. When my entire family would get together, because it was, even though we were always together working, just for us to get together as brothers and sisters and just enjoy each other. And that normally happened around holidays because there was no work to be done. I love those memories. I miss the animals. We grew up with a ton of animals. So my brother Mike and I would get up early every morning and feed all the animals. That's why I kept the key in my earring, because I didn't have a keychain or anything, and that was the key to the animal cages, so I wouldn't lose it. Yeah.
Do you have any pets now?
I have 2 dogs. Riley, my baby, my Rottweiler, and So-So, my English Bulldog. Yeah.
You're missing them, I bet.
You guys are a mess.
Sam had emailed us from Toronto. Sam, his question is, he was just wondering what it feels like when you look back on all your accomplishments.
It feels wonderful. It really does. I mean, like I said before, I've truly been blessed, and I'm so fortunate to have experienced what I have, and to see the world in the way that I have, and to feel the love from people in the way that I have. I'm very, very blessed.
Mary Lee is on the phone, and Mary Lee has a question. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
What's your question for Janet?
Well, I have to say first, I've been waiting for 25 years to talk to you, Janet. You've been an inspiration, and I love you and everything you stand for.
Thank you.
You're wonderful.
Thank you.
I would like to know, how can you be so shy when you've been in the spotlight for all your life? Like, you're still so sweet and so wonderful.
I don't think I'm shy. That's funny to you guys? I really don't.
You're sweet.
I don't think I'm shy. I can be very quiet because around people that I don't know, but I'm not a shy person at all. I think it's really important when you got to know where all this came from, and it's all from God, you know. And as quickly as you got it, He can take it away. So it's important to try and stay grounded, which I think a lot of the kids coming up today really are not doing, and it's sad to say that, but it's very true, and my heart goes out to them, so for that.
What you just said makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people, it could be a lifetime before they actually get to that level of consciousness or that thought. Is that parenting? Are those...
Of course.
That's from your parents?
Yes,
that
it is. I mean, that's one of the things
that...
Yeah, that's one of the things that my parents instilled in us. And it is parenting. And, you know, it's sad to say, but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I'm just happy that I've learned it. I was taught, yeah.
I remember you told us one time I think it was the Control record. Your mom heard some moaning and didn't like that very much.
Oh, she never likes that stuff.
Well,
the moaning or the guy coming on stage and me being on top of him. Of course, she's my mother. I'm the baby of the family. You know, what do you expect? But she's asked me to take it out of the show, but I can't.
So how does it go down? Does she come to see the show and then sees you after, or do you get a phone call? Well, how does that work?
She comes to the show, and then I ask them to take her to the restroom when that part of the show comes. And then she hears the crowd, and there's like slow music going, and then she said to me, I said, "What's my baby out there doing? I know she's being nasty."
Her baby's being Janet.
Exactly.
There's still so much more after this, including some more performing from Janet, so you're not going to want to go away. Stick with us. Are we back? We are back live at Much More Music. Of course, Janet Jackson, all of Janet's friends. Great time so far. A few years ago, you admitted when you're out, a lot of guys won't approach you either. They might be afraid of you or intimidated by you. I think you mentioned that in a few interviews. I'm wondering, did that message get out to some guys that maybe when you were out?
Oh my God, did it? Yeah, it got pretty bad for a minute. In a good way. I mean, bad in a good way. But yeah, I mean, it just out of nowhere, it just kind of changed. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm just thinking, on one hand, this is sort of, you know, you were explaining what the problem was, and all of a sudden there must have been dozens and dozens of...
Yeah.
You're thinking, damn, why did I say that?
It's... You know, I kind of felt that way. For one night, I was out with friends at a club, and I couldn't enjoy myself, or...
Because that message got out to too many people.
Yeah, and then the guys were trying to steal my friends' pagers to find my number in their pager to get it.
That's just lousy. That's not...
It's tacky.
Yeah. Hopefully now the message is out that, A, don't do that. B, you're not in the position to be dating other people.
Demeter does, though.
The choice of covers and samples over the years. Carly Simon, Joni Mitchell, America, Lionel Hampton, Rod Stewart. I'm thinking songs that really wouldn't lend itself, when you first think of those names, to Janet Jackson music, but they work.
Well, excuse me, yeah, it does work, and I mean, I can't take all the credit for that. I mean, I have to give credit to Jimmy and Terry for that as well. But I grew up listening to so many different styles of music, so many different types, and that's really where it really derives from. Like in Someone to Call My Lover, you'll hear a line go through there on the keyboard, and it's Eric Satie, which oh, that is. So I mean, it's little things like that, or Ryuichi Sakamoto, you know, different. He's a Japanese composer who I'm really in love with, who did the Last Emperor, and I wanted to incorporate that in the album, but it was too late at the time, so I wound up putting into the tour. I mean, it's just little things like that that I've always grown up with a great deal of variety, a diverse group of music because of all my brothers and sisters. So it filters into my music.
Do you bring it up to them?
an idea for a sample, or it's something that they'll propose to you and you'll...
Both. It goes both ways, yeah.
Have you ever abandoned a sample that just wasn't working?
Yes, please don't ask me, because I don't want anyone to feel badly.
I have to know now. Okay, we won't.
All
We
right.
respect that opinion. Do you want to... Isn't she, though?
Thank you.
Let's take a little walk to the window again. A lot of people crying. A lot of people crying when they see you. Does that still freak you out that you can...
No, it never has. I mean, as long as I can remember, I've seen that. Not just with myself, but with my brothers. I've seen girls do that, yeah. So...
Is there anybody that you would cry over if you had met?
You know, I was never that kind of a kid. Thank you. Excuse me. I was never that kind of a kid. These are beautiful. I never had the posters on the wall of the people that I liked or fell in love with. I was always working, so I was never that type of a kid.
Who has the microphone? Hi, how you doing? What's your name and where are you from?
Camellia from Brampton. Janet, I love you. You've had so many different looks over your career with your hairstyles and your fashion hairstyles. What was your personal favorite?
You know, I don't know what my favorite is. Maybe that's to come. I truly can't say. I mean, of all the work that I've done thus far, the most relaxing for me was the Janet album.
We're going to head back inside. Thank you very much. We're going to go back inside.
These are beautiful.
What about gifts?
That is so pretty.
Have you ever been blown away by presents or gifts? I mean, flowers are beautiful. Little cards are beautiful, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering, it's like jewelry maybe sometimes, or...
That I've gotten, yeah, jewelry, cars,
Leather bracelets, maybe?
leather bracelets, bondage bracelets. Yeah.
We have, we're going to ask a question. I'm just thinking because Buddy over here said Janet is, he said you're so cute. And yeah, you are, but there's like other things too going on.
Wait, what did you say?
He said you're cute. I think that's one, again, it's like the whole idea of different facets to you. And cute, it may be, sure, sometimes. There's other things going on there as well.
You know what? I apologize. I didn't hear a word you said.
I'm not going to say it again, then. Jason is over here. He has a question. He's holding a microphone.
First of all, I want to say that your fans will be with you forever.
Thank you.
And I was wondering what the reasoning is for starting and rehearsing the tour in Canada. This is the second time now.
How did you know that? How did you know that we would be rehearsing in Canada?
Fan.
Because you're a fan? We do our production rehearsal. No. We do our production rehearsals out here, actually in Vancouver. And it's always nice. I mean, the last time we had a wonderful time. Kelly, who was one of the dancers on the last tour, she's still a very dear friend of mine. And she's from Vancouver, so she took me around a little bit, and we had a wonderful time, and I know it's going to be the same way this time around.
An email from Mississauga. This one's from Sarah. She says, in all that you've done in the entertainment business, what more does Janet want to do?
I want to do more films, and I'm going to do more films. I'm actually reading a couple of scripts, so it's really contingent upon when the tour will end.
Yeah.
But that's my first love, is acting, and that's the biggest challenge for me between the two. That's something I definitely want to do more of.
That's how most people first got to know Janet Jackson, was those preteen years on Good Times.
Yeah.
And then Different Strokes.
Yeah.
You could have easily gone down that child star syndrome thing, and you
know,
didn't.
I've often thought about that, and I've just, thank God, honestly, thank God that I never had to deal with any of that. So like I said, I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful.
Well done. We are going to take a little break here. We're going to come right back. You should too. This is Janet Jackson live and much more music. More music. My name's Bill Liska, welcoming you back. Of course, we have spent a whole bunch of time with Janet Jackson and a lot of fun. I've had fun. I know these people have had fun. You had fun?
Yes, an hour's gone by already.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
We should keep it going. Another hour.
Honestly, I love doing this show. I mean, I always have fun when I come here. That's the truth.
We love having you any time. Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. A lot of recent events going on in your life. Can I honestly ask, you're happy? Everything is good? You are strong?
I'm very happy. This is very, very happy.
Okay. Once again, on behalf of everyone here, everyone watching at home, thank you so much for coming. Good to see you. Take it away. Janet Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love the fact that you can have a strong. One last time, say goodbye and good night to Janet and show her your love.
I love the rain.
And feel that. The show ends and then it starts raining again. Nice cue there. Thank you so much for coming. Good night, everyone. Thank you.